porifera. Porifera examples. Okay, I am giving. Yesterday I wrote. Again I am writing. It's a cycon. Okay, what we called skypa. Another name is skypa. The next one is spongilla. 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 It is fresh water. Okay, fresh water sponge. Fresh water sponge. Next one, Euspongia. Euspongia, bath sponge. These all are neat bits. My examples must and should. Bath sponge and Euplectella. Euplectella. These are called Venus. Okay, Venus flower basket. Venus flower basket. These all you should have to remember. Okay, so these are examples of porifera. So next example, next phylum, what is called phylum. Phylum cnidaria. Phylum cnidaria. These are the things we should have to remember. So what about the phylum cnidaria? Cnidarians are also called, these are also called cnidaria. Cnidarians are also called cnidaria. These are aquatic, okay, aquatic number one, and sessile number two, and free swimming, okay, sessile or free swimming, okay, number three. Next one, solitary or colonial. Solitary, okay, or colonial. This point you should have to remember. Solitary or colonial. And what kind of symmetry there will be? They will perform the radial symmetry. They perform the which one? Radial symmetry. Next important thing is the name cnidaria. Why the name? Why the name is coming? The name cnidaria. Okay, cnidaria. Why we are calling this is cnidaria, sir? You will get one clarity. Why? Because they have, okay, cnidocytes. Cnidocytes are also called cnidoblasts. Cnidoblasts are there. That's why from we are calling, okay, cnidaria. And with what we called, they also have stinging cells, okay, or nematocysts, okay, nematocysts. Remember, ma, these are the very important point on tentacles. Okay, so these are cnidoblasts or cnidocytes. Okay, these are very important. Very important. Cnidoblasts are used for what is called very important anchorage. Cnidoblasts are used for anchorage. Number two, defense. Number three, to capture, what is called capture prey. To capture prey. These are very important. Next, another important point what we are going to discuss is cnidians are tissue level organization. First showed, okay, what is called tissue level organization. They are showing which one? Tissue level organization. Okay, that is important point. Next one, they are diploblastic. Diploblastic means two important germ layers are there. Diploblastic. Next one, they have central vesicular cavity. Central vesicular, what you call central vesicular cavity are present. That is also called another name of central vesicular cavity, what you called coelenteron. What you called coelenteron also present. It is, what is the use of this one? It is useful for digestion and also helpful for what? Circulation, digestion and circulation functions they can perform. Okay, now these cylinder rods with a single opening, only single opening will be there, single opening. That single opening is called, simply we can say, mouth. Okay, the single opening or mouth or hypostome, what is called hypostome is a present, only single opening will be present. So the process of next one, this is this hypostome helpful for what? Ingestion and digestion, taking of the food and releasing of the waste. Both functions will performed by which one? This what is called hypostome. Okay children, once listen very carefully. Continuation of last class, what? The porifera we discussed. The porifera examples are cycon is a skypa. What is the meaning of cycon? It's a freshwater sponge. It is skypa. And also one more freshwater, what is called spongilla. It is a freshwater sponge. Cycon, skypa will be there. Euspongia, bath sponge, which is useful for bathing, what is called brush like that. Euplectella, it is also called Venus flower basket. So this is these all are neat bits. Okay, these all are neat bits. You should have to remember cycon, spongilla, euspongia, euplectella. Next, that is about porifera. Come to next phylum, second phylum, what is called cnidaria. Cnidaria are also called, what is called, another name of cnidaria phylum is coelenterata. Coelenterata. They are aquatic, they are sessile, they are live in the water. They are, some live in the fresh water, some live in the marine water. They are live in the one constant place, or they are sessile or free moving or free swimming. They are solitary, only single individual also will be there, or colonial also, grouply together also they can live. They will perform, so you know very well, radial symmetry. Any angle if you cut, exact offs are getting, no, that is called radial symmetry. Why we are calling this one cnidaria? What is any reason is there behind to call this name cnidaria? In the sense, they have special cells in their body. What are those? Cnidocytes or cnidoblasts. These cnidoblasts have stinging cells or nematocysts. Okay, these cnidocytes, cnidoblast or nematocysts, these all are nido. That's why we are calling what is called cnidaria. So these cnidoblasts contain what is called, most important thing, stinging cells are nematocysts. Cnidoblast contains stinging cells are nematocysts on tentacles. You know very well, tentacles are present in the what is called the cnidarians. So the cnidoblast, what is the function of cnidoblast? This cnidoblast helpful for anchorage, means connect with other substances, for defense, to protect themselves, to capture the prey, for capturing of the prey for food, like that. Cnidoblasts helpful for what is called anchorage, defense and capture the prey. The first, what's the speciality? This is a neat bit. What is the neat bit? The first tissue level, what is called the first tissue level organization. Okay, first tissue level organization in this cnidarians. Tissue, first tissue level, tissue. Okay, this one you should have to remember. First tissue level organization is there in the cnidarians. Next, they have two germ layers. Diploblastic means what are those? Ectoderm and endoderm. They have central cavity, space is there, central vesicular cavity, or this is a neat bit. What is the central vascular cavity? Another name, coelenteron. What are the functions of coelenteron or that cavity? Mainly helpful for digestion, Number 2, circulation. For digestion and circulation, that central vascular cavity is helpful. There is single opening is present. Suppose this is a what you call cnidarians, only single opening. For incoming means for egestion, for digestion what you called ingestion. For ingestion and what you called for egestion, both. Okay, both point of view. This single opening mouth or hypostome helpful for ingestion, taking in the materials and sending out the waste materials. Ingestion and egestion is possible by the help of which one? Hypostomes. Remember this one. This is the most important bit. Cnidarians. Why we are calling cnidocytes or cnidoblasts with stinging cells are also called nematocysts are there. That's why we are calling cnidarians. What do you call? Cnidarians. Okay, children. The next point about the cnidaria we are going to discuss. So what we are discussing? Cnidaria. Okay, cnidaria. Some more points. What are the next one? Digestion is. What is the digestion? What kind of digestion? We will see in this phylum. Digestion is both extra and intracellular. Extracellular and also what is called intracellular. Digestion will be both extra and intracellular. This is important. The nervous system. This also all the need bits only. Nervous system. Very important. Nervous system is primitive. Means first formed nervous system. Not that much developed nervous system. Is a primitive and is formed of diffused nerve net. Okay, how it is formed? Diffused nerve net. Simply group of nerves will be there in that. Okay, next one. Next they have corals. Cnidarians like corals. Okay, very important. One type of cnidarians have skeleton made up of skeleton system is there. This skeleton system made up of what kind of materials? Calcium. What is called? Calcium and carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Okay, remember that the skeleton is made with calcium carbonate. Next important thing, cnidarians exhibit two basic forms. Okay, this is the most important point about the cnidaria. Two basic forms they will what is called? They will be called number 1 polyp. What is called? Polyp. Number 2 medusa. Two basic forms. Okay, two basic forms. Number 1 is polyp and medusa. Okay, now we have to discuss about polyp. What is polyp? Okay, remember this word. The polyp is sessile and cylindrical. Polyp is sessile and what is called cylindrical. Okay, this point you should have to remember. Polyp and cylindrical. The next important one, the examples. What are the examples? Hydra. Okay, Hydra and Adamsia. Okay, the polyforms examples Hydra and Adamsia. Next one, Medusa. Next form what? Medusa. This Medusa will be umbrella shaped. Very important. Umbrella shaped. The Medusa umbrella shaped and free swimming. They will be very freely swim. They are free swimming. This point you should have to remember. Next one, cnidarians which exhibits both forms. also exhibit alternation of both forms. We will see cnidarians exhibit both forms. And another important one, alternation of generations. Alternation of alternations of generations will be there in this that one. So in their life cycle, okay, polyp to medusa, medusa to polyp, like that. What will be there? There will be polyp to medusa. Two forms are there, no? They will be one generation polyp, another generation medusa, like that will be there. That is called alternation of generations. That is also called, a special term is there, metagenesis. What do you call the term is metagenesis. This point you should have to remember. Okay, polyp. This polyp, very important. Okay, represents the, what you called, through asexual reproduction produce the medusa. Polyp produce asexual reproduction produce the medusa. And medusa, what you called, remember, what you called medusa represents what you called sexual reproduction. It automatically what will be produce the, okay, represents the polyp. Medusa produce the polyp sexually. This we have to remember. Okay, polyp produce the medusa asexually, and medusa forms the polyps sexually. This one you have to remember. So their development also, what you called indirect development. What you called indirect development. What are the indirect development? When the larva form is there, that is called indirect development or indirect life cycle will be there. What is that larva? Planula. What is that larva name? Planula larva. Example of the larva is planula larva. So examples, some examples I am writing here. Pisalia. Pisalia means what? Portuguese. Okay, Portuguese man of war. Okay, Portuguese man of war, that is called Physalia. And Adamsia, one more example here I am writing, what is called Adamsia. Okay, Physalia, Adamsia. Okay, Adamsia means sea anemone. This point you should have to remember. And Pennatula. Okay, Pennatula means, what is the Pennatula? It is sea pen. What do you call? Sea pen. Like that. Some examples are there. Okay. So listen carefully, children. We are discussing about cnidarians. So cnidaria phylum organism shows the digestion. What kind of digestion they will be performed? That is important. They will be performed extracellular and intracellular digestion. What is the meaning of extracellular digestion? If the digestion happened outside of the cell, in the sense extracellular digestion. If the digestion happened inside of the cell, that is called intracellular digestion. So in the cnidarians, two types of digestion. Sometimes outside, like what about humans? Extracellular, like us. Sometimes in the cell only digestion will be takes place. That is called intracellular digestion. And what about the nervous system? This is the most important. Nervous system is very primitive. Primitive in the sense not that much developed. And they have just diffused, what you call nerve net, like this. These all nerve cells, like this diffused nerve net will be there in the cnidarians. Next one, they have corals. Okay, for example, cnidarians have, some cnidarians like corals have skeleton system. The skeleton system means whenever you hear the word bone means what you will remember? Calcium. So like here also, the corals of the cnidarians, okay, the type of corals, cnidarians, the corals have skeleton system. The skeleton system is made with what you call calcium carbonate. This is a neat bit. The corals, okay, of the cnidarians skeleton system made with which one? Calcium carbonate. Next, most important, another neat bit is the cnidarian's life shows the two basic forms. The cnidarian shows the two basic forms, two types. What are the two basic forms? Number one is polyp. Number two is medusa. Polyp and medusa. What is polyp? What is medusa? We are discussing. Polyp form. Polyp form of the cnidarians are sessile. First bit, they can't move, and they are cylindrical. Their shape will be cylindrical. Examples: hydra and adamsia. This is the neat bit. So, what is that one? Polyp form, sessile. They will not move. They are cylindrical. Example: hydra and adamsia. Next, medusa. Medusa shape is umbrella shaped. This is a neat bit. And examples of medusa: free swimming. What do you call the characters of medusa? Free swimming and very what you call umbrella shaped. Sometimes this cnidarian shows polyp form, both forms in the sense what? Sometimes some cnidarians polyp, some cnidarians medusa form. They can show. They exhibit the cnidarians exhibit the both forms, and polyp produces the medusa. Medusa produces the polyps produce the medusa. Medusa produces the polyp. Like this, in their life cycles, we will see polyp to medusa, medusa polyp, polyp to medusa, like that. Alteration of generation is there. Okay, alteration of generations are there in their life cycle. In their life cycle. So that kind of alternation of generation means polyp to medusa, medusa to polyp. That kind of generations are there in the life cycle, in the sense that is called, that kind of process is called metagenesis. What do you call that kind of process? Called metagenesis. And another important, the most important neat bit we are telling, most important neat bit: polyp produce the medusa asexually, medusa produce the polyp sexually. This point you should have to remember. Polyp produces asexual reproduction and produces the polyps involved in the asexual reproduction and produce the medusa. Medusa involved in the sexual reproduction produce the polyp form. Okay, what is polyp? You know very well. What is the medusa? You know very well. So they also, cnidarians also shows their life cycle indirect development. The development is indirect. Why? They have, I said already clearly, when the life cycle or the larval form is there, in the sense that kind of development is called indirect development. When the larval form is absent, that kind of development is called direct. So here the cnidarians have larval form. That's why they will be considered as a indirect development. The larva example, this is the neat bit, most important bit. The planula larva. The larva of the cnidarians is planula larva. Examples of cnidarians: Physalia. What is a Physalia? Portuguese man of war. Okay. Adamsia, sea anemone, Peninsula, sea pen. Okay, so like that, some more will be there. Meandrina. One more example here I am writing. Meandrina. What is meandrina? You know, this is meandrina. This is generally what we will call brain coral. What do you call? Brain coral. Brain coral. Okay, like this. What you called different examples are there. What are the examples? Physalia, Adamsia. Physalia means Portuguese man of war. Adamsia, sea anemone. Peninsula, sea pen. And meandrina, what you called? Brain corals. These all are examples of cnidarians. So these are the neat bits in this. So you should have to practice very effectively. Okay, children. The next concept is, next phylum we are discussing. What is the next phylum? That is Ctenophora. What is the next phylum? Ctenophora. Ctenophora. Phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophora. point you should have to remember. What is tenos? Tenos means the Greek. In the Greek, tenos means comb. Comb. And porous. Porous means bearing. So comb bearing. That's why they will be called ctenophora. The R. What are the characters? Exclusively marine. This is a neat bit. So almost completely. Okay. This is a neat bit. Okay. Exclusively marine animals. Next one. Another important one. Biradially symmetrical. Biradially symmetrical. So means there will be any two angles we can cut into exact halves. Only two angles exactly we cut into two angles, two halves. Next there will be, you know very well, what is called diploblastic. Means they have two germ layers. And which level organization? Tissue level. What is called? Tissue level organization. This point also you should have to remember. Tissue level organization. Though they are diploblastic. Okay, they are diploblastic. But you know very well, mesoglia is also present, is different from that of cnidaria. Is different from that cnidaria. Okay, with cnidaria. Mesoglia is also present, but not like what you call cnidarians. Mesoglia is also present. It contains amoebocytes. Very, very important. Amoebocytes. Okay, and the smooth muscle cells. Smooth. What you called amoebocytes and smooth muscle cells. This point you should have to remember. Amoebocytes and smooth muscle cells. They have, this is the most important thing, 8. Okay, 8 external rows. 8 external rows of ciliated, what you called? Ciliated comb plates. Most important point in this, what you called? Ctenophora, ciliated comb plates. Okay, which help in the locomotion. Okay, comb jellies. Okay, very, very important. What is the use of this? First, these are helpful for what, you know? They are helpful for locomotion. Which one? These comb plates. Locomotion. This is the point you should have to remember. And these are commonly called, what is called? Comb jellies. Comb jellies. These are called comb jellies. Are also called sea walnuts. Sea walnuts. These are also called sea walnuts. And they can perform, most important thing is bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. What is the meaning of bioluminescence? They will emit the light. Okay, emit the light. This point you should have to remember. So ctenophora, special character, they will emit the light. Next one, nematocytes. They lack nematocytes. They lack nematocysts. Okay, this is also important. But special cells are there. But what you called? Special cells are there. Special cells are there. Those specials are also called, what you call those are lasso cells. Lasso cells. Lasso cells are also called colloblasts. What you call? Colloblasts. These are the another important. What is the use of this one? These are helpful for food capture. Lasso cells are helpful for what? Helpful for food capture. Means which are helpful to take the food. Next one, digestion. What about the digestion? The digestion means you can remember extra and intracellular. Can perform extra or also they can perform intracellular. Okay, sexes are not separate. Means both sexes are not. Okay, not separate means what we can call sexes are not separate in the sense they will be called, what is called, monoecious. Monoecious means both male and female sex organs are in the same. They produce only reproduce by sexuals, not asexual. Reproduce only sexual only. There is no asexual reproduction. Okay, fertilization. What about fertilization? The fertilization is external. Fertilization is external. This point you should have to remember. What is the meaning of external fertilization? Outside of the body, fertilization will be takes place. Next one, indirect development. So here also indirect development will be there. Means what is the indirect development? They have larval forms. What is that larva name? The larva name is dipped. What is called? Dipped larva. That is called dipped larva. Example of this. Example I am telling about pleurobrachia. Pleurobrachia. Okay, pleurobrachia and Tinoplana. What do you call? Tinoplana. Pleurobrachia and Tinoplana will be there. These are the examples. Okay, children, observe very carefully. Phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophora. Tino in the Greek, tino means comb. Porous means bearing, comb bearing. So they are exclusively. So what? Suppose they will be structured like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, like this. They all have what you called comb. What you called 8 external rows, comb plates are present in this. So like this the structures are there. Observe very carefully. Then these are comb bearing. Tenons means comb, porous means bearing. They are exclusively marine. So in the exam neat bit they will ask question which one is exclusively marine, which phylum organisms. So ctenophores, they shows the biradially symmetrical. Okay, so biradially symmetrical means what? Two ways, two sides, exactly two halves we will get. Okay, in the two sides only exactly two halves we will get. That is called biradially symmetrical. Okay, diploblastic, they have two germ layers, what you called ecto and also what you called endo. Two germ layers are there, that's why they will be called diploblastic. They have tissue level organization. Tissues are there in their body. So in between ectoderm and endoderm, mesoglia will be present. This mesoglia, the mesoglia is different from that cnidaria. So mesoglia of cnidarians are different. Here the mesoglia of ctenophora are also different. They have a special cells. This is important. Another neat bit. What is that one? They have amoebocytes and smooth muscle cells are present in their body. Amoebocyte and smooth muscle cells. They have 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates. What I said? 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 external rows of ciliated. They have cilia. Like this cilia is present. Okay, ciliated comb plates are comb jellies. What is the use of the ciliated comb plates? They are helpful for locomotion. The comb examples, they will be where it will be this kind of comb plates are there. No, that's why they will be called, what do you call? Comb jellies are also called sea walnuts. And the most important, another important neat bit is, what is the neat bit? Here I am writing neat bit. This is the most important, children. The ctenophora performs the bioluminescence. What is the bioluminescence? They emits the light. What they will do, they emit the light. You know, light insects are there or not? Same like that. In their oceans, they'll emits the lights. So they don't have any nematocysts. Okay, nematocysts. They don't have lack of nematocysts, but they have special cells. What you call the special cells? The special cells. This is also need bit. What you called lasso cells or coloblasts. What is the use of this lasso cells or coloblasts? Helpful for food capturing. Okay, lasso cells helpful for the or coloblasts are helpful for the food capturing. So digestion is inside of the cell, outside of the cell. Extracellular digestion, intracellular digestion. Sexes are not separate, means both male and female are single organism only they will be present. Male and female sex organs are present in the single animal. That's why they are called monoecious. They reproduce only sexual, means male and female gametes compulsory they will join and produce a zygote, means you know very well the sexual reproduction alone will be takes place. Fertilization is external. What is the fertilization? The combination of or connection of male gamete and female gamete outside of the body. The combination of male and female gametes outside of the body is going on in the sense that is called fertilization. If that is outside of the body means it is called external fertilization. They performs the indirect development, means they have the larva. What is that larval form? Side-dippled larva. So examples of cnidarians, ctenophorans are Pleurobrachia and Tenoplana. What is called? Pleurobrachia, Tenoplana, and side-dippled larva we will see in the Pleurobrachia. So children, what are the neat bits? They have amoebocytes and smooth muscle cells. They are exclusively marine. They have ciliated comb plates. They are what is called? They exhibit the bioluminescence. And the next one, they lack nematocysts, but special cells, lasso cells or coloblasts, helpful for food capturing. Digestion is extra and intracellular. The sexes are not separate. This is also neat bit. Monoecious. Reproduce only sexual. Fertilization is external, means combination of male and female gametes outside of the body. Indirect development. And the neat bit is another neat bit. Side-dippled larva. The larva form of the ctenophores are side-dippled larva. This is related to Pleurobrachia. And another example is Tenoplana. Okay, children. Next class we will discuss with the another phylum. Thank you, children.